Hello and welcome to Lantern Lane Stories. Tonight's story is Larry, the cat who outlasted 6 prime ministers. Tonight we are taking a slow walk through London. The street lamps glow like warm yellow honey. A soft gray fog drifts along the pavement. It smells of rain, old stone, and chimney smoke. We turn down a narrow street with tall black iron gates. 2 quiet police officers stand by them. They nod kindly as we look through the bars. At the end of the street is a famous door. It is shiny black, with a brass letter slot and a brass number 10 in the middle. This is number 10 Downing Street. The British Prime Minister lives and works inside. It has been the home of British leaders since 1735. That is a very, very long time. And tonight, sitting on the cool front step, is a small gray cat. His paws are tucked neat. His tail is curled like a tiny question mark. His name is Larry. Let me tell you his story. Our story begins in February in the year 2011. London was cold that month. The wind was sharp and the fog was thick. Across the River Thames, in a building full of soft barks and gentle meows, lived many lost cats and dogs. The building was called Battersea. Battersea is a kind home for stray animals. People bring them food. People help them find new families. One small cat there had silvery fur, just the color of London fog. His eyes were the warm yellow of old brass buttons. He did not have a name yet, he was waiting. One afternoon, a man in a long coat came to the shelter. "We need a brave little hunter," the man said softly. "Number 10 has too many mice in the cupboards." The gray cat looked up. He gave one polite meow. "I think," said the man, smiling, "this one will do nicely." The cat rode through the foggy streets in a small carrier. He could hear buses rumbling. He could hear bicycle bells. He could smell roasting chestnuts from a corner stand. At last, the carrier stopped. A door swung open and bright lamps glowed inside. The Prime Minister at that time was a man called David Cameron. He knelt down on the checkered floor. "Welcome home, little fellow," he said. "What shall we call you?" "Larry," someone suggested. "He looks like a Larry." And so Larry it was. A few weeks later, Larry was given a grand title. He became Chief Mouser to the Cabinet Office. That is a very long name for one small cat, but Larry wore it bravely. He was the first cat in history to hold that exact title. Number 10 is much, much bigger inside than it looks from the street. It has long carpeted hallways. It has creaky wooden stairs. It has warm rooms where important meetings happen at long polished tables. Larry had his own little cat flap near the front door. He could push through and slip outside whenever he wished. In the morning, he often sat right on the doorstep. The stone was cool under his paws. The air smelled of fresh bread from a nearby kitchen. News reporters stood across the street with their cameras, their breath puffed white in the cold. "Good morning, Larry," one reporter called. "Any news today?" Larry only blinked his bright eyes. A cat, he had learned, keeps his secrets. At lunchtime, he patted down the long carpets. He sniffed under desks. He peeked behind heavy red curtains. Sometimes a quick brown mouse darted across the floor. Larry's ears twitched. His tail went stiff. Off he ran on silent paws. "Well done, Larry," the kitchen cook said when she saw him. She gave him a gentle pat and a small saucer of cream. In the afternoon, golden sun came through the tall windows. Warm squares of light fell across the wooden floor. Larry stretched out in one bright square. He rolled onto his side and closed his eyes. "You're a working cat, you know," teased a young secretary, stepping carefully around him with a stack of papers. Larry simply yawned. The years rolled on. Seasons turned and turned again. One spring day, a new prime minister moved in. Her name was Theresa May. "Hello, Larry," she said, kneeling by the door. "I hope we shall be friends." Larry let her scratch behind his ears. He purred a small, polite purr. A few years later, a man with messy fair hair arrived. His name was Boris Johnson. Then came Liz Truss, who stayed only a short while. After her came Rishi Sunak. He often wore neat dark suits. And after him came Keir Starmer. 6 different prime ministers walked through that famous black door. 6 different families learned the way to the kitchen. But the same little hunter sat on the doorstep each morning, watching the world come and go. A tall guard in a dark coat once smiled down at him. "You know, Larry," the guard said quietly, "you have been here longer than any of them." Larry's whiskers twitched. He gave a slow, sleepy blink. "You don't care about politics, do you?" The guard chuckled. "You only care about sunny windowsills." That was true. Larry did not mind which prime minister was which. He only minded quiet hallways and warm patches of light. He had even appeared on television, on newspaper pages, and on postcards. Children from faraway countries sometimes sent letters to him. Dear Larry, the letters often began, "Please give my best wishes to the Prime Minister." Larry could not read, of course, but he loved the soft crinkle of envelopes. Tonight, Larry yawns a long, slow yawn. London is settling. The big red buses have stopped rumbling. He pushes through his little cat flap. Inside, it smells of polished wood, old books, and warm tea. He climbs onto a soft armchair by a tall window. From there, he can see the street lamps glowing through the fog. Far away, a deep bell chimes. It is the bell of Big Ben, ringing gently across the river. Larry tucks his nose under one paw. One day, perhaps, you will visit London. You might walk past those iron gates on Downing Street. If you look carefully through the bars, you might see a quiet shadow by the door. That will be Larry, chief mouser to the Cabinet Office, the little cat who has watched 6 prime ministers come and go. "Good night, little Larry," the guard whispers as he passes the door. Larry's tail flicks once. His eyes close gently. And so London also slowly fell asleep. Good night.